G'day guys, happy Tuesday, welcome back to the channel. It's Jimmy Trades here for your Tuesday market analysis as we head into the markets prior to New York. We've still got a couple of hours to go, but try and get an understanding of where we might go today, what we're looking for today. Also going to have a look at a couple of trade recaps, one trade I took, one trade I didn't take. And then, as always, we'll start off with the calendar. So we'll move over there first. So Tuesday, we have no news. No news today. So low to medium probability. Just looking for A+ setups. That's all we can do. We won't get that liquidity injection from the news, but we will see the price or the market move once New York opens at 9:30. Remembering commodities open at 9. Let's jump on over to the charts. And remembering, guys, to grab your evals using code Jimmy. You get some really good discounts right now, 80% off still for Apex, which is amazing. And then you can get 5% off with My Funded Futures for your starter plans or your expert plans, and then 10 to 15% off your milestone plans, depending on which plan you decide to choose. So just remember code Jimmy, guys. We'll always get you the best deal. And I appreciate your support. Truly, I do. So thank you so much. And also remember to sub to the channel, guys. Remember to like the video and turn on that notification bell. Let's start here on NAS. Let's clear this up. So we're resting inside of this bullish FEG. Looking at our bias here on the daily chart. And we did get a bullish move yesterday. Now, I just had a quick look at ES, and on ES has already swept previous day low. So we currently have a bullish SMT as well. And like I pointed out yesterday, I would like to see if price can get up into this gap. Obviously, we now have a confirmed bearish FEG here on the daily. But now that that is confirmed, ideally it would be good to see price move up into here. And then with our weekly idea of price moving lower overall, seeking these lows here, that we would see Monday or Tuesday. So, you know, not necessarily going to happen today, but Monday or Tuesday, putting in the high of the week and then pushing lower. Again, will always be objective to price. So if price tells us something to contradict that, then we're flexible to that. But that's the idea. That's an idea we have. If price moves up into this bearish FEG, then we'll likely see price continue lower. That is if we haven't already put in the high of the week. But with ES already sweeping the low of Monday, there's potential here for price to move higher with this SMT. So let's drop down to the hourly. Let's see price really struggling to close through this bearish FEG here. We wicked up into what would essentially be premium of this range here. So if we pull out that range, we've reached up into premium. We did get a change in the state of delivery. However, whilst price did respect that through all these attempts to move lower here, it's finally disrespected that level there. So price has got a little bit of work to do if we are going to move higher today. At the moment, the order flow is still bearish. So overall, looking for price to potentially move higher today, but with the structure on the hourly still looking bearish. We did get the move higher we were looking for yesterday. And as a result of that, we were able to take advantage of a long position. So if we roll back here, here it is. Now, my position was slightly different to others. And that's okay. We're all individuals attacking this market. So we do have different ideas at times. And it was really came down to the breaker for me. So here was New York Open. Price ran higher here. And then ran down lower at 9:30. And then we got a sweep. Okay. Now, this was the breaker that I saw a lot of people in the community use. When I look at the charts, generally for me, it's the first thing that stands out. Okay, so this, for me, initially didn't stand out. I actually had a look at this being the breaker here. These 3 consecutive candles. With this being a low here. It's probably, this is probably the true breaker. This was just initially what stood out to me. I saw this and it caught my eye and I just marked it out. And I just stuck with that. Once price closed through, I then market ordered it in to take this position. So if you didn't market order in and you were using this breaker, because you would have been waiting for the FVG to be confirmed. So it wasn't until this candle printed that the FVG aligned with the breaker, then you wouldn't have got a fill. You had to market order in to take this position. And 2R was achieved. The price actually ran, let's mark that out. If you ran from here to the low, price ran 3R, or just a bit over 3R. So it's a really quite a good trade. So yeah, I think this breaker is not the true breaker. I probably got that wrong. This was the clean breaker because you had this stop hunt here. It's just how I initially looked at price, and I just stuck with that. It still worked out, so that's okay. But we live and learn. Okay, let's move on to ES now. Have a look at the daily. We can see here where ES has already swept the low from Monday. And I don't know if NQ has done that as yet. No, NQ is still holding. In fact, ES has swept both sides. So it's swept the high and the low, looking at this. So already pushed into the bearish FEG. If we just duck back to NQ. Yeah, NQ is still an inside candle, so the candle's still inside the previous day's range. So this is where it gets a little bit a little bit tricky in some respects, because now we have, you know, essentially a bias for ES that's going to be bearish, because we're moving from this bearish FEG. So if we're moving from internal, then this would be our external. So we've got two correlated assets that have opposing biases. So, you know, that's a time when we need to be cautious. We need to take our time and be patient before we look for an opportunity. Now, obviously, we're still a couple of hours away from New York Open at this stage. So, you know, anything could happen. ES might complete its bias. It might sweep this low before New York Open. And then we can go, okay, well, we can swing back to a bullish bias. All right, so this is obviously looking at price a few hours prior to market open. And that's why I always revisit my charts prior to open, usually around that just before 9, because obviously I trade oil, so commodities open at 9. I'm usually looking at the charts from anywhere from around 8:30 in any case. So I think we'll find here on ES, similar to NQ, that on the hourly we have this bearish order flow, and we're still respecting these bearish PD arrays. Any change in the state of delivery here has now been disrespected as well. Let's move over to oil. Some really nice stuff here on oil. Let's just hide those markings for the moment. So what were we looking at yesterday as we came into the market? We had a sweep of this low, so we had a bullish bias, and boy, didn't we get a nice run yesterday on oil. Straight up and swept the Thursday high into this bearish FEG. And we see price today has already swept Monday's high as well. So there's potential we might move lower here, especially with price being inside of this bearish FEG here on the daily. So let's run bearish bias for today. Unhide. So we had the sweep here on the hourly, and we were looking at our projections being our target region here, and price just nailed all our projections here. So interestingly, we did get a close above the negative 2.5. Usually when this occurs, we can anticipate price to reach higher. That might be failing by the looks of this. We do have equal highs here on the hourly. What's the high of this candle? The high of that candle is 6938, and this one is 6937. So we actually get a sweep here. So there is a stop hunt here, and we do have a bearish unicorn. We have an FEG aligned, so we have an hourly bearish unicorn. We could run our projections off of here, and we have a target region down in this bearish FEG. So let's mark that out. We'll leave that on the chart. Sorry, this bullish FEG rather. We'll leave that on the chart. Let's using this, we had a bullish bias. We had a reversal here coming into open, and we can have a look at this position that I was very close to taking and did not. But I was preoccupied at the time, so my full attention was not on the chart. Therefore, I chose not to take the position. And this was just a lovely, lovely trade. So we had the sweep here into a high time frame point of interest. Okay, this candle here could have been your breaker because we're looking for the highest up close before the leg that took liquidity. This breaker, you could have used this breaker as well. This was also the same close as this candle. Okay. Because it's equal highs, this can also be used as a swing point, an institutional swing point. Let's use this for the example. We had a 5-minute change in the state of delivery. Bullish FEG aligned. Price did come back. Okay, so at 8:30, price manipulated before running higher, and have a look at how price just melted through our targets here. And again, you can see, I talk about this quite a lot, but you know, when price reached our target area, our initial target area, -2 to 2.5, what happened? Consolidated. Look how price ripped through here, and then all of a sudden we hit this region and we consolidate. So when we hit the -2 to 2.5, we can anticipate consolidation or retracement. We've got the consolidation here, reaches up to the -4, retraces before continuing on its way. That was, you know, potentially, if you were able to hold on, that was a very good position. If we just open that up, it was a 6R trade. So a lovely example of a unicorn. Now it was prior to you know, the entry. Where was our entry? Our entry, you could have got in here. Okay, this would have been at 8:30. Okay, or you could have gone in right at 9. So you had a couple of opportunities here, and if you wanted to wait till 9, then that was your opportunity. Remembering the kill zones do start from 8:30, so it really is up to the individual to when you want to trade. Okay, let's move on. Let's go and have a look at Euro futures on the daily. Okay, so we were looking for price to move lower yesterday. That didn't happen. It did push up into this FEG again and respected this FEG. We have then sold off from open today with very little wick to the high side, and we've taken previous day low. Using our internal to external, looking for price to continue lower here. YM still moving lower. So no willingness to push high here just yet for YM. We're just continuing to cascade lower. So be watching to see if we get a reaction from the midpoint of this FEG. Still looking for price to run higher as we are located inside a bullish FEG. Okay, so RTY closed through the midpoint, tested the midpoint yesterday, and was unable to continue higher through this FEG. And we're selling off again today. So it looks to me like we're starting to mitigate this FEG. While we're still sitting in this FEG, there is potential for price to find some legs and get moving higher. So we'll run with a bullish bias, and we'll see how today plays out. We have a bullish unicorn here on the daily. So we have a daily unicorn with a change in the state of delivery here. So if price continues to move lower, then I'm going to want to see price respect this level. Otherwise, we will continue to cascade. Moving over to gold. Gold has bounced straight out of our target area, the -2 to 2.5. It's just bounced straight out of there and rocketing higher here. Melted through this bearish FEG. And now we're up into this bearish FEG here. So located at an internal level, I'll be looking for price to turn around here. So we didn't get the move we were looking for yesterday. Price continued to drop into this bullish FEG. It did support price. Price has already swept previous day low as well here, and we are finding this support. So looking for price to continue higher today. So we've started off okay, and see if we can reach up to these highs. So bullish for Dixie. Jumping over to GU. Just a reminder, guys, if you're going to grab some evals from MMF or Apex, to use code Jimmy. Always with the best discount on offer. Looking at some potential consolidation here. We got a sweep of the low here. And we did get a move higher. Looking at price today, we've already swept previous day high. We could see this low taken. I will be cautious on GU with this potential consolidation. We're still inside Friday's range. So Monday and Tuesday so far is still inside of Friday's range. So we are in some consolidation here. And I want to see price pick a side, and that might mean we come lower before moving higher. Rightio guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate it. We will be back again tomorrow with the midweek market meetup, so that I will be live streaming from 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please join me where we can interact. We can ask some questions, get some answers. All right, guys, thank you again. Remember to sub to the channel, like the video. Please like the video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.